Welcome back to How to Cake It. I'm Yolanda, and Canadian Thanksgiving is around the corner. To celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving, one of my favorite desserts to make is pecan pie. So I thought, I think I need to put some pecan pie into some cake. I'm calling this my chocolate caramel pecan pie mega cake with candy apples and spice nuts. I made 8 pounds of my ultimate chocolate cake batter and divided it evenly between 3 9-inch round cake pans. Woo! Those are heavy. I'm going to remove them from their pans and level them all to the same height. I can't wait to make my candy apples soon, but I had to start with cake because this is How to Cake It. Thank you to everyone who bought our Okay But First Cake t-shirt. It was so popular that I had to roll out a sweatshirt. And remember, if you are a VIP, you get a discount on this sweatshirt and you get to see my videos before everyone else sees them on YouTube. Sir Squeeze, I need you. Woo! Gonna simple syrup all of my cake layers. I'm adding the simple syrup just to lock in all the moisture in my cake while I assemble it and decorate it. I have made 2 9-inch deep dish pecan pies. I made a whole video showing you how to make one of these bad boys, just in case this is as far as you want to go for dessert for Thanksgiving. I'll put a link in the description below, or you can just click right here and watch the video. I bake these pies in fluted tart pans with a removable bottom, and I find the easiest way to get them out is with a cake pan that is smaller than the width of your tart pan.
Oh my lord!
Was that dramatic enough?
That was so dramatic.
Now I can use a sharp knife to just help me find the bottom of the pan, and then I'll use a spatula to slowly remove the pie from the base of the tart pan. I'll link up the exact tart pans I used below if you're interested. I'm gonna get my other ingredients and fillings ready, and we're gonna start to build this caramel pecan chocolate caramel apple pecan pie mega cake.
Oh my god, it's the worst.
I've got my 3 layers of ultimate chocolate cake, my 2 pecan pies, semi-sweet chocolate ganache. Oh. And then I have my girl. You know who this is. Girl, you know you love this caramel. All of these recipes are available at howtocakeit.com. I'll put a link in the description below. It is a new and improved website. We have just launched it. We are very proud, and I can't wait for you to see it. I'm setting my bowl of caramel down on a stabilizer. Of course, I love it because it's a great pun, but it's also very helpful. I'm gonna start stacking all of this deliciousness into one mega cake. I'm gonna begin with a layer of cake. I'm going to smooth on a layer of chocolate ganache. What is our ganache voice gonna be? I feel like we didn't prepare here. Hey, Caramel.
Hey, Caramel.
I'm so glad we get to be together in this cake. I can't believe I'm about to place a pecan pie on this cake. I have to carefully yet quickly pick up this whole pecan pie and rest it on my cake layer, being careful not to crush it. Can we add pecan pie scent to our line of How to Cake It pens? Does anyone have the candy apple pen, and should I do pecan pie? I think you know what's next. Girl, I'm gonna pour caramel all over this pecan pie. I'm gonna just spread the caramel to the edges. The lip of the pie is really gonna help hold the caramel in. I'm just gonna pull some of the caramel to the edge and let it drip out. Because nothing says this cake is yummy like dripping caramel, girl. Time for another cake layer. Okay, we're just gonna press the cake right into the caramel.
Hey, Caramel.
I'm back.
I'm back. Caramel, you're my true love.
Time for pie again.
Good luck on cutting this cake.
I'm glad you feel that way. Girl, you know what time it is. You didn't think I was done with you, did you? I really think you should subscribe to How to Cake It.
I agree, Caramel.
I mean, we need to show the world our love.
Subtle, you.
Thank you. I mean, by now you guys should know that when I call it a mega cake, that's what I mean. Now I'm going to ice the top of my cake with a layer of chocolate ganache. I need a stepping stool to finish this cake. That's not even a joke. Jocelyn, can you open the fridge for me?
Sasha, can you open the fridge for me?
Yeah, I can do it.
Sure, what's Sasha doing? She's just holding a camera. Just sit there and laugh, Jocelyn. Just focus on what you're good at, please. While the cake's chilling, I'm gonna make candy apples. Well, they're kind of like caramel candy chocolate coated apples.
Nothing is simple.
All I need for this part of the process is some sugar, some water, and some apples. Oh, and we're gonna sharpen some dowels to use as sticks in our candy apples. The first thing I'm gonna do is pour my water into my pot, and then I'm gonna pour in my sugar. Now I'm gonna turn on my heat to high and wait till this caramel boils and caramelizes. So guys, what's up? Actually, I know what I can do in the meantime. I'm gonna sharpen my dowels and place them into my apples. I just use a pencil sharpener to sharpen my dowels, except I only use it to sharpen dowels. So it lives in my kitchen and it's my dowel sharpener. Okay, I'm going to stab some apples. That's one of my favorite sound effects.
Yolanda, it's not Halloween yet.
Okay, you're right, you're right. Okay, I'm going to gently add a dowel to the apple. Just insert the dowel, twist, and turn and press the dowel into the apple. Oh! Now that is secure. Okay, there's bubbling action, but it's not there yet. This is the beauty of being a YouTuber, because in my world, I can just do this, and my sugar has started to amber. So I want to stir it a bit to distribute the color. You'll want to have a pan of cold water close by, and once your sugar reaches the perfect color, you want to take it off the heat and set it into that water. This is to help stop the caramel from going any further. I'm just going to place an oven mitt under my pot to help anchor it, and I'm going to wear one. Safety, always. And now I'm going to dip the apples very carefully, a little more than halfway up. Just brush off some of the excess so I don't get too much of a lip. If your caramelized sugar starts to harden, you can put it back on a very low heat just to re-soften it, but not to cook it any further. The best way to get hardened caramel out of your pot is to soak it. So excuse me for a minute. We need to let our caramel dipped apples cool and completely harden, so you can just set them aside at room temperature. Just wait over here, guys. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make some spiced nuts. It's really, really simple. I just have some roasted pecans here, cinnamon, brown sugar, and butter. All good things. I'm gonna turn my pot on to high heat, and then I'm gonna add my butter. I'm not wasting butter.
I was gonna say.
Listen to me. This is butter. Do you understand? My butter is almost melted. I'm gonna pour in my brown sugar and my cinnamon. And stir this all up. Once your sugar starts to dissolve with your butter and your cinnamon, you wanna pour in your roasted pecans. You just wanna coat all of the roasted pecans without any of them being too clumped up with sugar. Okay, now that all of my nuts are coated, I'm gonna turn off the heat and I'm gonna turn them out onto my baking pan. Don't leave any nuts behind. Spread your nuts out onto the baking sheet, separate them because they will stick together because of all the sugar. So now you wanna take this tray and pop it in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. You're gonna smell like the nuts roasting and the sugar and the cinnamon just like wafting up your nose. My candy caramel apples are set. Oh yeah, it's time to dip them in chocolate and then into candy. I have some chocolate candy melts which I melted in the microwave until all the lumps were out. It's nice and smooth. I also have mini M&Ms. You can use whatever candies you want. I love the colors of these. I left all the fall colors. Don't ask me what happened to all the green and blue ones. So I'm not gonna dip it in chocolate all the way up to the end of the caramel. I'm just gonna dip it about halfway up. I'm gonna wipe the excess chocolate off the bottom. I'm just gonna set it aside for a moment so the chocolate can start to set and it's not too runny. Now that my chocolate is a little more set up, I'm gonna dip into my M&Ms halfway as well so we can see all these layers. I'm gonna do one more in M&Ms. I've decided to dip my other 3 apples in spiced nuts. The spiced nuts are a bit heavy, so I'm just filling in any gaps. It finally worked. I have 3 apples dipped in M&Ms and 3 in my spiced nuts. You can also chop your nuts a little bit so they're less heavy and will stick to your apple a bit better, but nonetheless, it's all gonna be delicious. I actually just wanted to find another excuse to use more caramel. So I wanna make some caramel buttercream so that I can pipe some rosettes on top of my cake. I have some Italian meringue buttercream. I'm gonna add some to this bowl. And then I'm going to flavor it with some caramel, girl. You don't wanna add too much caramel that your buttercream gets too soft. Remember, you can get the recipe for my caramel and my buttercream at howtocakeit.com. Look at this, hands-free stirring. This is magical. Oh, there's one thing you have to do when flavoring buttercream. It's crucial. Girl, you know I make that buttercream taste even better. Time to put my caramel buttercream into a piping bag so that I can pipe. Can I just pipe this into my mouth? I'm using a reusable piping bag and a number 825 star tip.
Great color.
Mm-hmm. Girl, you know I give you great color too. Now I'm gonna take my sticks out of my candy apple so that I can stack them on top of this cake. Oh yeah, these candy apples are going on this cake. You know what, I think I do want to keep a dowel in the top apple. It's kind of like a wooden straw. Now I want to top each one of these rosettes with just a little handful of spice nuts. When I made my big pecan pies for this cake, I had enough pastry and enough of the pecan pie batter to just steal a little bit of each and make these tiny little pecan pies. And now I'm gonna drizzle some caramel from the top of the cake. And finally, since it is the holidays, I'm gonna top this cake with a pretty ribbon bow. It doesn't even matter if you burn the turkey. There's plenty of cake. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving to my subscribers. This is the first of quite a few fall Halloween-y videos to come. So I hope you liked it. I know I did.
Oh.
You got a good angle, Sasha?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Don't follow me, Jocelyn.